Sup nerds, welcome to the Omni4Game podcast, episode 63. I'm Sean, I'm joined with Chris and Brandon as always.
Sup guys, this week's Omni4Game recap. We go over locals as always. We look at LM set and we kind of go through every card that's coming with it. And then we hit your comment questions. So if you guys like this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you in the next episode.
First topic, locals recap. I think I know who's going first.
Yeah, actually, fun fact, somehow, some way, even though one of us had no fun last night, they ended up in the top 4. Yeah. Everybody here was in the top 4. Yeah.
Wow.
Right? I don't know if that's sad or what.
Very sad. You had one win all night.
It's a little sad.
No, I had 2. I had to buy, remember?
That's why he came in top 4, because he technically went 2-2.
Yeah. So, sometimes you're really excited to actually play some Digimon, and it just doesn't go your way. So
hey, you didn't seem excited to be there at all last night. You were ready to leave as soon as we got there. What do you mean?
Well, it's Black Ops Double EXP weekend. What do you want from me?
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, no, but I was genuinely excited to play. I was like, I'm gonna play Ancient Omni again. I love that deck. The Omni Engine is my favorite deck to come out of a set in the last 4 sets.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have fun tonight. So the first round I get to buy, and by get to buy I mean I get to go eat some Burger King. So that was my round 1. It was Burger King. Still haven't lost that round, if you know what I mean. So I think we're kosher from that. Round 2, I played against Chris, playing Magna. Magna X. I have to be specific. And, my deck just didn't show up. The best I could do was, bluff Omnimon, which I think there was probably a world where I could have just maybe pulled it off. Because I hard played the Wargrey to warp into the Melga to stun his stuff. I think if I would have just warped into the Melga, I can't remember if I had did I have a mat on the board?
Chris is not going to tell you that, man.
If I had a mat on the board, I should have just warped into the Melga and kept the Wargrey in hand, but I don't even remember if I had the Omni in hand to begin with. So, I was just bluffing it. I had the Miraculous set up, and I was just bluffing it. And, of course, he goes, swing? Oh, okay, my Magna's unaffected now.
You have it or you don't?
Dead. Yeah,
you have it or you don't, man.
He knows he needs to force you to have it, because what's he do if he doesn't swing? You just have it still there the next turn.
Yeah. Game 2 was the exact same situation. I kind of just sat there and watched him kill me. I again had to use my BT-15 Melga to stun his dude, but as soon as he even touches security, he's not stunned anymore. GG, no re. He did low-key almost throw. Not throw. Now, I don't want to upset him, but he swung with his level 5 while I have 1 security left. No, 2 security left because level 5 checked 1. Technically checked 2. And I just stunned his Magna. And now his Magna's unaffected. Security's been touched. But instead of just swinging once with the Magna, unsuspending, swinging again. Or no, because I was out of security. Whatever. Anyway, instead of just doing that, he tries to set up a second Magna, and I just looked at him and I was like, "You just slow rolling me now? Just swing with your dude." He goes, "Oh yeah, he's unaffected." So that happened.
That was less than 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was bad. I literally just couldn't play. I don't think in my entirety of round 2 or 3 I saw BT6 mat. I don't think in any of them I saw it, which is crazy. So going into round 3, I'm playing against probably the best deck in the entire room, just out of everybody there. It was just Ben playing puppets.
It's not puppets.
Cinderella?
Yeah. Puppets is that little Rookie Rush deck using the Tamers and the Sisters.
I mean, it was the best deck there that last night. It's better than Ruin Mode, I'll tell you that.
I mean, we won't know because me and him never played.
I mean, he got above you. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, that literally is irrelevant. He
got second, you got third. Like, it's obviously best deck, bro. It's a running gag from our locals.
I wouldn't be surprised if at some point we see that deck, and he's cut the Cinderella down to like 2 copies, and the rest are just ace cards.
Aces, yeah.
Yeah, it's just all.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's completely cut, and instead of it is just Cherubimons.
The fact that he still says it's a good deck when he is being hard carried by Edamon plus Ace in like almost any round that he's playing against like a competitive deck.
Yeah.
Cope.
Yeah, so I played against Ben round 3. I got 2-0'd again because, again, my deck just didn't show up. Like, I would look at my starting hand, or my first hand, I should say, and it's just like all level 6s and like 1 copy of Omnimon, and I'm like, alright, cool, let's mulligan this. And then my next hand, it's like a 1 Gabumon, and then the rest is the same, and I'm like... Well, I guess that's the downside of playing a deck like that, but at the same time, like, Jesus.
Just get good.
So, yeah, I just watched Ben kill me. The most I was able to do was just poke at him a couple times with some Gabumons. And I don't think I ever really did anything other than that. There was one game where we hit both, like, low-key bricked. So all I was doing was trying to remove his bodies from the board. So I was constantly like, oh, you have a level 5 standing on the board? War Greymon, pop it. Oh, you left my War Greymon standing and you have another level 5 on the board? Omnimon, hard Evo, pop it. You know, that's kind of what I was doing. And then he hard played Burst Mode on me to pop my Omnimon. And I said, yeah, well, here's my Omnimon to pop your Burst Mode. Because my hand was so bad. I was like, screw you. And he had like 8 Tamers on the board. And I wasn't about to get OTK'd by Burst Mode. Because, of course, every security I checked was a Tamer. Couldn't have been me, though. Every security he checked was a Gabumon. Then we did the little switcheroo in between rounds. I played Cinderella, and he played my Ancient Omni, because, again, if you guys remember from the deck profile, he was the one who helped put that deck together. And first turn, he literally hatched, went Gabumon, and BT6 Matt, and I said, of course. Of course, that's how that works. It's just me, I guess. He then brutally 2-0'd me with my own deck, so...
You gotta shuffle better, man.
Dude, when I tell you, after the game against Chris, where I was like, okay, my cards are kind of sticking together, I sat there, shuffled for like an extra 5 minutes, including like 3 or 4 pile shuffles, and then just kept shuffling in between rounds. And then I went up against Ben, and it was just like... hey, get wrecked.
No.
So yeah, I'm thoroughly getting thrashed this entire week. Then we go into round 4. I'm playing against Tyler, playing Beelzemon, and now and only now does my deck decide. Here's 1 copy of BT6 Matt. You won't see any else, just the 1. So each round, or yeah, game I should say, game 1 and 2, I only saw 1 Matt, which hey, it's all I needed. I kept his Iron Mako stunned. I made sure he couldn't do nothing, and I just killed him. So that was my week.
So I played Shine Greymon. That was the winner of the members only poll this week, between that and Mirage Galaxy.
Man, I saw some of them votes, even though I'm not a member, and I think that vote was rigged. I saw a couple things that was like Sean Superfan 123. That might have just been your burner account.
I mean, it literally doesn't tell you who voted.
Let me have my joke.
Okay. No. It's not Ruin Mode Turbo, despite what Brandon and Chris say. It is just Shine Greymon. It is playing Ruin Mode, but it's not Ruin Mode Turbo. There's a slight difference. Round 1, I played against Grayson playing Mega Gargo Turbo, where it's effectively 2 of the bunny decks put together. He's playing like 4 Giant Missiles, 4 Mega Gargomon Ace, and those are like the best cards in the deck. 2-0'd him. And then round 2...
Stay playing Grayson round 1.
Yeah, it ruined...
You get there. You you play against him round 1 so often.
I feel like every
It's like
time
I'm
that he
stuck-
comes to locals, I get paired with him round 1.
Yeah, just like I'm stuck with a round 1 bye every damn time there's a bye.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather
can't escape
I
it.
would rather have had the bye there because the bye doesn't ruin your tiebreakers.
I don't know. He helped my tiebreakers last week or the week before.
He didn't help my tiebreakers this week. I can guarantee it.
Oh, what really didn't help you is you got down paired every round after that.
Yeah, the only
Except for
round I
the
didn't get
final
down paired was the final round when it was me and the only other undefeated in the room.
Yep.
So round 2 played against Will, playing BT14 Finralugamon, the old school wombo combo that like spams a whole bunch of dudes and kills you. Not to be confused with the new version that doesn't spam a lot of dudes, but it still just kills you. Killed him game 1 before he had a chance to. He actually did the OTK combo, and he put me to 0 security. But I just promoted and killed him because I put him to like one security or no security, and if he didn't kill me, I just killed him on my turn. Game 2, he killed me before I had a chance to finish him off. He did like the full like wombo combo, and then game 3, I established a ruin mode, locked him out of the turn. When he had like the kill set up, but I was just like, okay, ruin mode. And then he didn't evo into something bigger than 5k in raising. He just kept his Lugamon in raising. So
I was watching that and I was like, why?
Yeah, I just swung with my ruin mode again. So I locked him out of the 2 consecutive turns and then killed him the following turn. And then round 3 played against
Dante Gallant.
Thank you. Okay, I was like, I forgot again. Played against Dante, playing Gallant round 3. That's a pretty.
Don't come on. Just you hard counter him. It's a hard counter.
That is not a hard counter. Don't give me that.
Such a hard counter.
It's not a hard counter. Anyway,
Your Shine Greymon and your level 5 perfectly sits in the DP threshold.
That's only because I understand how the deck works and what's some of his cards say on them.
It was so funny. You could see Sean play around it because he knew. Because Dante probably asked him, "How many cards you have in your trash?"
No,
and so Sean knows right away.
He searched the secret rare Gallant Mon.
Oh, he searched it. Okay,
fact it was in his hand.
Yeah, so Sean knows, and then so you could see Sean. He sets it up and he goes, "Yeah, have fun. You can't kill either one of these."
I was like, I have 5 cards in my trash, and I have a 7,000 DP Digimon and 11,000 DP Digimon. You're at 2. Your turn. So the Gallantmon would have passed turn and it wouldn't have done anything. So he hard played the Crimson mode to give me 6 memory to pop the Shine Greymon, and then I lethaled him on the next turn. And that was game 2. Game 1 was I just saw my stuff before he did. I think my deck's faster than that deck if they don't open like the nuts. I see my pieces. I just 2-0'd him. And then round 4 played against Chris, playing the Pyoldramon Magna X deck. Game 1 I saw my stuff. It was a close game though. And then games 2 and 3, Chris was doing stuff. He did kill me with his deck, but I kind of just lost to my own deck because I just couldn't play the game, basically.
Yeah, one game it took you too long to see Tamers, and then one game it took you, you never saw level 4.
Yeah, I think game 2 I never saw level 4. You started slow enough to where I almost was able to Rookie Rush you down, but once you established a Magna X, I just lost. And then, yeah, game 3, I just never saw a Tamer. I drew a Tamer for turn on my last turn when it was way too late and you'd already you had lethal on your field and I couldn't do anything about it. So unfortunately I did lose to myself. That is the downside of playing Shine Greymon, is that does happen from time to time. And I went 3-1, and due to tiebreakers, unfortunately came in third because I got down paired literally every single round. I consider Grayson a down pair round 1. No offense, Grayson. Yeah, came in third.
Yeah. That sucks, Shane. That sucks really bad.
He called me Sheen.
Oh, I thought he said Shane. It was Sheen.
How does he not know my name? He doesn't see it written down. He just hears it verbally. How do you not know my name?
I think he was just so flustered in the moment.
Listen, Sean, he had just sneezed, coughed.
I don't know what the hell he did. He was just drinking his soda, and all of a sudden he goes.
Alright. Anyways, so obviously that means I went undefeated playing Magna last night. Round 1, I played against Ben playing Cinderella. He has the advantage. He has the advantage there because I don't know what any of his cards do. He's also just basically playing a bunch of ace cards as his top end with Edelmon, so that's also like a super hard counter to me. Game 1, he ends up getting. Game 1 took forever. Game 2, he opened up really slow, and I opened up like mid. So I was able to kill him Game 2, and then Game 3 we had like 5 minutes. Sean was sitting there telling us the whole time because Ben was obviously not going to win Game 2, so he should have just scooped so we could have more time for Game 3.
Yeah.
But Ben wanted to play it out, and then once we got to like 3 minutes, like Ben started playing faster, and I'm like, we could have had an extra minute or two if you scooped Game 2. Like that one was way out of range for you.
It was out of reach at a certain point, but also you literally had guaranteed lethal on your field on your final turn, and you swung, and he was still like thinking. He like looked at his hand like he was thinking about acing, and I'm like, Ben, he has a Magna X that is immune, and another Magna X that's swinging at you that's also immune. There's literally nothing you can do. You have one security left. You are dead.
Yeah. So we ended up having like 5 minutes for Game 3. I didn't think we were going to have enough time. I killed him. He opened up very slow again, like extremely slow. And I saw my opening hand. And I said, if I see like 1 or 2 pieces, I could just kill him from here. And I did. It was pretty nice. I'm pretty sure I did. Is that the game I did the HPD Imperial Ace to finish him?
Had to have been because Ben said something about it in round 3.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay, so
I didn't think you had lethal, and you were like HPD.
Oh, that's right. I literally showed them. I showed both of them.
And he's like,
because I had the Cannon Davis, and I played out the Wormmon with it, and I just I was like, do my wind attackings happen first before he can ace me? And Sean's like, yes. So I literally just put down the HPD and the Imperial, and Ben's like, play it out. Because Ben is, I know Ben. He's thinking, oh, Chris is dumb. He won't bottom deck my level 5 before I can ace him first. No, that's the first one I'm bottom decking.
I mean, he definitely he played it out specifically because you could have not.
Yeah, I would blunder something like that. Fair. But that's exactly why I asked if my win attackings would resolve first before he could ace me, because I'm like, that's going down. That's going to the bottom of your deck.
Over a year at this point. I don't know why Chris doesn't understand when counter timing is.
Again, I like to ask questions to make sure. Like, I know the answer, but I'm like, I don't want to look. I would rather look stupid asking a question than
following the game.
Right. Okay. That's why I'm like, hey, I'm gonna ask just in case, because I like to. I second guess myself a lot. So, anyways, round 2 played against Brandon. He says his deck didn't show up. I think I just dominated him.
No, your deck showed up in Infinitum, and mine didn't.
Round 3, I played against...
Like, he literally had everything he needed. Like, when I stunned his board with Metal Garu, I left him with 2 memory and a rookie and raising with the Kin and Davis. I was like, all right, 2 memory. He would have to have, like, the premium setup to be able to DNA into a new Pyldramon. And, of course, he had every single piece he needed to DNA into a new Pyldra.
I had, like 10 plus cards in my hand.
Okay, but you
had like everything in my hand.
The perfect rookie, the perfect level 4 blue-green, the Lagdramon, and you had to have the XVmon and the Pyldra in hand. Like, I know those are all multiple of, I get it. But you literally were just like, all right, boom, 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 boom. All right, my dude's unstuck now. I can now swing for game, and it's like, all right, cool, I guess.
They're all 4 ofs. So, anyways,
That's true.
Beat Brandon.
He beat him so quickly. I saw Brandon stop the recording, and I was like, Brandon, why did you stop the recording? I thought he was so salty after losing game 1 that he was just like, you know what, this isn't going up. But no, it was the end of the match already.
Yeah. No, it's crazy too, because like I have a pretty decent matchup into that. All I have to do is have setup. If I have setup, they can't touch me. Right?
Yeah.
So anyways, Brandon got his butt whooped. Round 3, I played against Robbie playing Dynasmon. He also has the advantage in this matchup because I don't know what any of his cards do, and it turns out he was also playing a bunch of ace cards, which that deck is actually better without Dynas. Just play the line, and then just play like the Edomon as your level 5, and then play a bunch of ace level 6s.
Yep. Edomon carrying tier 3 decks all night last night.
Yeah, because Dynas is like... If anything, Dynas was sometimes like a buff to my Digimon. He was making my Digimon stronger by making them 6k.
Oh.
That was funny. So... he ends up getting game 1, because again, I didn't know what all he was playing. Like, he was playing the Angelomon, Aces. He was playing, like, I think Valk. And there's like
he played the EX6
Ace.
Seraphimon.
Yeah. Oh, and that definitely caught me off guard. That threw me for a loop. He's like, I'm pretty sure you guys said this was like an F tier card. And I picked it up and read it. I was like, okay. I mean, yeah, you got my Pyldramon. That sucked. I could have just digivolved into Magna X, but again, there's no way I could have known you were playing that. So he got game 1.
Did you not partition the Pyldramon?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. So
he still bottom decked it. Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't bottom deck. Did he bottom deck your stuff?
He did, yeah. I think.
You guys not reading your stupid... God, dude.
I just trusted him! Anyways, I think it bottom decked. I could be wrong.
He probably said it because he said it in front of me, and I was like, that's not what that card does. I was like, read your cards.
Anyways, so...
I was like, you've been shooting people tonight, Robbie? And he's like, I don't know.
Maybe. So he got game 1, and then games 2 and 3, I kind of had an idea of like what his stuff did. I did make a couple mistakes, like swinging into his Digimon trying to clear his board, and he just had the aces. I should have just been
like 3 Great Angels Seraphimon.
Yeah,
I was about to say that card does nothing close to bot decking something.
I could have misspoke. I could have misspoke. I just know he got his effect.
He 100% said those words when he was next to me playing. I think it may have still been you. And he said bottom deck, and I was like, that's not what that does.
I think that was against Ben.
That's right. It was me when me and you were playing, and Robbie was playing Ben next to me because he said bottom deck, and I was like, mm-mm.
Then he did bottom deck my card. So anyways,
because bouncing it does nothing. You partition the 4s back out, and then DNA into the Pyldramon you just put back in your hand. That's why I was like, that doesn't matter.
Yeah. So that probably did matter. Anyways, so and then I got games 2 and 3. I kind of know what his deck did at this point, and I think game 3 he opened up slow. So yeah, and then Sean kind of already talked about our game. I ended up getting that 2-1. He just wasn't able to play games 2 and 3. Game 1 was actually pretty good. You were just able to see your stuff and actually play the deck, which again is also kind of a hard counter to my deck because Armor Purge does nothing against.
It's not a hard counter to your deck. You're playing Magna X, and I'm not playing Aces.
No, I meant just like DP Neg in general is like it
so
like
Armor's
counters Armor
not
Purge.
Magna X.
Yeah, sometimes.
The only premium I have is Ruin Mode. I'd have to triple Ruin Mode proc you.
Which is possible.
At that point, you probably already are dead. If I have the ability to triple Ruin Mode proc you, you're just dead.
I remember what happened in game 1. I searched, had to add. I could either have added the Pyldramon or the Magna X. I added the Pyldramon because I was like, I have to continue. I have to like combo up, and this will help me see more cards. I'll hopefully see another Magna X. 2 of my Magna X's were in security, and then the other one I saw way too late.
That's right. I forgot about that.
That's right. That's what happened with game 1. Okay.
You had, I think you had
so.
at least one Magna X in your security all 3 games, if not 2.
Yeah, game 2 I had 2, and then game 3 I had 1 in there. I'm like, they haven't been in here all day. I was like, why are you guys doing this?
You were due.
Yeah.
Get good.
It's how I skillfully cut your deck.
Yes, exactly. So, yeah. So when I defeated with Magna, felt good. The deck felt really strong when you see your stuff, so. Still, weaker than, I think, the Vaccine Magna, obviously, but.
Yeah, pre-ban.
Yeah, pre-ban.
You're telling me going into a Magna X after promoting a little Patty Man for like 3 memory isn't like the best thing ever? What?
I can't say anything because I technically also did that. It required more cards, but I mean, I did do it.
Yeah.
Sorry, 2 memory, Sean. My bad.
You were forgetting about the Patamon memory game. Yeah, I mean, Chris gets to DNA into Pyodramon, swing twice, and then pay 2 memory for Primo, Evo into Magna X, and then swing 2 more times.
That was pretty good.
Or HPD. So dumb.
So, yeah.
Yeah, you guys were not... Nobody was reading their cards last night, man.
It was.
Keep me out of that.
I'm sorry.
I
Brandon read his cards, but the people that were adjacent to me just were not reading their stuff. Like, you don't know what Pyodramon does. Robbie doesn't know what Serapimon does. Robbie also didn't know what the BT-15 Kari did, because he's like, yeah, security attack -1 on your entire field. And I was like, that's not what it does.
I still think I only misplayed with the Pyodramon 1 time. And then you corrected me, and then I was thrown out.
You were still you were like, I don't what?
He does something.
It's a single sentence.
I went brain dead, man. I was
because you tried to do it versus me in round 4. I had an unsuspended guy on the field, which I did on purpose so you couldn't get 2 swings. And you swung with Pyodramon, and you were like, target your suspended guy, unsuspend. And I was like, that's not what it does.
I know. It was so bad. I think I did only do that once, though, and I think it was against Robbie.
The only reason you didn't do it more is because you were sitting across from me the entire night. And anytime I looked over and you tried to do it, I was like, no.
I had only tried to do it 1 time.
I feel like if you weren't sitting where you were sitting and you were sitting at a different table, you would have just been doing it all night.
No, because most of the time I would swing twice with it and immediately go into Magna. Most games it never sat out there for multiple turns.
Okay.
I'm telling you. Hopefully. Hopefully.
I'm fairly certain that if I didn't correct you round 1, you would have been goofing up all night.
This is why Chris can't be the highlight deck. There's too many checks in the round.
This is Chris style Digimon, man. I know kind of general what the cards do.
You have a vague idea. You have like a LaCroix flavor concept of what the cards do. By the way, we have a community Discord. If you're interested in joining that, link for that will be in the pinned comment below. Alright, so we're going to do an LM set review that we're getting in about 2 weeks' time. Actually, less than 2 weeks, so it's on the 13th. There's actually not a lot of new cards in the set. It's mostly just reprints, but not all of them. But we're just going to review them. So starting off, we have Death X reprint. This is
nice. One of the reprints that was actually really nice.
Yeah, it was also in the event pack that we got recently. However, this one should be textured. So that'll be kind of odd that we have a textured and non-textured variant of the same art. But I think this is the one I would rather play with texture because I like how clean the Digivolve is when it's not like multiple things.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is definitely a good reprint. Death X mons are going to be very cheap in the month of December. And then Chaos X. This is also from Event Pack. So we're going to have textured and untextured variants of this.
Yep. Because the event pack one is like not super expensive, but it's way more expensive than it needs to be.
Yeah, they're like 10 to 15-ish last time I looked, which the deck is not even remotely meta, so yeah, they definitely should be cheaper, and they will be. These will be like less than $5 in the month of December, if not less than that.
It's literally just because it's Machinemon and people just like that, like Digimon, so...
I mean, it's also nice they finally corrected the mistake of having a super rare without an alt art.
Yeah, so ridiculous that that card didn't have an alt art in the set. It's like one of the few super rares that we got that didn't have one.
Yeah, like I couldn't even tell you what the other ones were.
One that I can think of off the top of my head is Plutomon from BT6. Is that BT6? BT4, I think.
Yeah, it's a really weird card. It's like draw 2 or something like that.
One of them old sets.
Draw 2 or 3 cards and then play a 6-cost or cheaper purple option from your hand for free.
Yeah.
Then we have alt art of BT16 Dragon Mode. This should also be textured. This is cool because besides the Chase variant of this card, this did not have an alt art from BT16.
Yeah, it might be one of my favorite
rare, isn't he?
Yes, he's a rare.
Yeah.
So I
of course,
think,
this is getting an alt art. It's Imperial Dramon.
Besides the 2-star one, which I think looks really good, but I would never pay that much for.
Right.
I just like how he's firing his cannon.
Yeah, I like the angle we're getting it.
Yeah, these will be pretty cheap, I would imagine. And then we have alt art of Grand Kawaga Ace, which is going to be very nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I think this is going to look really good. Also, besides the SP, this did not have an alt art, so thank you, Bandai. Very cool. This should also be textured, I would imagine.
I'd hope all the alt arts are, but...
I hope so, but I don't know. Then we have Ruin Mode. Finally, the reprint that...
a lot of people have been asking for.
Yeah, that I had hoped for when I sold mine for like 100 a piece several months ago. This should be textured. It is textured in Japan, so it should be. This will be my preferred art.
Yeah,
it's clean.
Yeah,
it's like the same with Imperial Dramon. I like the angle we're getting, and he's holding his like sword and his little shield.
Yeah, I'm excited to finally have a playset of Ruin Modes again because I've been waiting for this since I sold mine.
Nice.
I'm excited to get those. Those should be relative. They'll probably be in like the $20 to $30 range when we first get the set during the month of December, but then they'll slowly start going up if they become meta again. And then we have alt arts of the EX7 Three Musketeers archetype. These are from like a tournament in Japan, like tournament pack or something.
It's kind of weird that they chose to put these in here.
Yeah, I guess just to give us the arts.
Just got the set.
Yeah. I would imagine these are textured.
Especially since this deck's not doing anything.
Yeah, the reboot of this archetype is just worse than the OG archetype. Then you have Gundramon. These arts
like
look
that
nice.
art's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is literally just a worse version of the BT6 version.
Wannabe Machine Dramon over here, jeez.
I mean, he's literally Machine Dramon, but with guns.
I know, it's sick.
Yeah. Then they have the Billstar Ace. Jesus. You can... This is a view from above her, and you can still see her underboob.
Yep.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, Bandai.
Okay. Then we have Quantumon. This is an alt art reprint. This is also an errata card. They actually did errata this.
Yeah.
Which it needed it.
I think the original card was like its effect basically made it to where its own effect didn't work, so it was affected by stuff, right?
It made it to where it infinitely made it immune and not immune over and over. Then they made a ruling on it to where it's not what it did, but with that ruling, it was still immune to its inheritables. But with this errata, it will have its inheritables.
I mean, I don't mind. I like the art. It's cool. This is also a card we just never got, like, because we just never bought any of, what was it? What set was it in? The 15? Yeah.
We got lucky and never pulled it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be nice to have some of these in case I ever want to throw it in. Because, I mean, I could play this in yellow or green. It's not a bad card. It's just the archetype that, like, because this is, like, basically just Bloom Lord support.
Yeah, you had only ever played in Bloom, and I don't even know if Bloom would play it right now. Because then, don't we have a different level 6 now for Bloom that's probably better than this?
Well, apparently they play Leopard X and Ace Cherub.
That's right. Okay. I mean, you can play.
Yeah, you can play this. It's removal that hard removes things that can't be bounced or bot decked or DP reduced or any of that stuff because you just put them in their security.
Right. Yep. And because you're playing Bloom, you're not ever really gonna be digivolving for 5. It'll be less.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah. So
because it is a fairy.
Cool.
And then the new aces.
The new cards.
Yeah, Bond of Bravery. And I'm excited about this one. This will be cool. Maybe I'll build Bond before Nationals. We'll see.
Yeah, why not? I mean, because this one's actually good, so...
Yeah, it's definitely better than the other one.
You always have to fear, just if it's like late game and you're low on security and you just promote an Agumon, your opponent's gonna worry. You know, like it could stall a turn if they can't like do something about.
Turn my card sideways.
Yeah.
I want to play this in locals and something, just so because I know someone's gonna play into it.
Oh,
I'm gonna be able to ace them from a rookie into a level 7. They're gonna be like,
Caleb
what?
for sure would forget. Like he would know. He knows what the cards do, but he's like, all right, I'm doing my thing, and then he'd do it, and then you do this, and he'd be like.
Oh no!
I even see his little face. He does this right here. He goes, "Oh."
Yeah, I want to get somebody with this just at least once at locals.
Yeah,
I can see some people being tripped up by the secret rare Greymon too, because he has the name Agumon and this thing doesn't.
Oh my god, that's right. I need to buy some secret rare Greymons.
You forgot about that?
I did forget about that. Yeah, because he doesn't specify. Is it an all turns effect or a your turn effect, Brandon?
I'm gonna double check, but I'm pretty sure it works.
I think it'd be dumb if it didn't, because that Greymon.
This Digimon gains all the names of level 3 and lower.
So it's all turns. Okay, sick. I need to buy 4 secret rare Greymon so I can have a playset for this.
So you can do that with the Gabumon too, right?
Yeah.
No. Well, I mean, yeah, with the Greymon.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's not as cool though. It's not as cool.
No, not as cool. Not as cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna get somebody with this. I can't
for sure.
wait. Then we have Bond of Friendship, which is definitely inferior face value to the Bond of Bravery this time.
Yeah, still sees play. Just it's more of a tech card
type.
Yeah, it's more of like a tech card. Not like the old Bond where it was like an entire deck.
Yeah,
this is going to see a lot of play in Mirage Galaxy.
Yeah, you put this in the Galaxy deck, and it bot decks basically any 2 things on your opponent's field because you're going to have like 10 sources.
Right.
Yeah.
Whack.
Very, very dumb support for an archetype that shouldn't actually exist. Hopefully something happens to that in the not too distant future. Then we have the Maid Mode Ace.
All right.
I mean, yeah, this card's pretty good.
I thought
I don't know if it ever sees play.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of the level 5 that they ended up doing the Ruin Mode loop with, Anna.
Oh, yeah, the Talmon.
Yeah.
The Talmon Ace is good.
It's only good because that stupid loop, it like on paper it was bad. I remember reading it and being like, why is it like this?
Right.
I mean, it has like DP neg, which is nice. It does like what Sakuyamon decks do, would mess with options and stuff, but
yeah.
This will be interesting.
And like at least you can blast on top of your level 6.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah. Facts.
Then we have Shivamon Ace.
Robbie's favorite card in the set.
Yeah, I mean he was trolling. He said he might play one in Pulse.
I do remember reading some comments. People were saying that the Tyrant players were playing some number of copies of this. Maybe it's just because options are at like an all-time low. Maybe like at least removal options. I don't know. I still like the idea of having the old Shiva to, turn off your opponent's options.
Lockout options.
Yeah. At least with this one, you don't have to pay any memory off the Tyrant's effect. With the old one, you are paying you're reducing it, but you're still paying I think 4 or 5 memory for the Shiva when you play it. So
yeah, it's definitely gonna be Tyrant support. And we have Cyberdramon Ace.
This is one of the ones I'm excited for. I actually think this is a really good card. I think we agreed that this is one of the best ones.
First level 5 Black Ace that Black has.
Yeah, we're freaking ridiculous. Right. Of course, it's Cyberdramon too. Yeah, good.
I mean, it's definitely decent. I mean, it's got D-Evo on the top and bottom, and it plays a Tamer for free.
Yep, play my analogs for free.
Yep. And it also lets you put the rest on the top or bottom of the deck, unlike Supreme Connection.
Yep.
Pretty good.
And we have this nasty boy. Very excited to play this card. Megidramon Ace.
He do be a McGee.
Yeah.
This is one card closer, Sean, because this card mills as well, right?
No, he does not.
He doesn't? See, I'm telling you, man. We got to be able to find this mill deck, and then we could just play Crimson Mode Ace as the top.
You just play Megidramon.
Yeah, just
I know, but I wanted a second level 6 that also did it. What was the one card I was talking about?
You play BT5 Megidramon.
Isn't that one just purple, though? No,
it is just purple, right? But it does mill 5 cards.
Yeah, but you can't Crimson Mode Ace on top of that.
Yeah, but on deletion it plays a Digimon with Gallantmon in its name.
True. Alright. Yeah, anyways, Sean's super excited for this card.
Yeah, the ability to dodge Ace Overflow is pretty sick. And he has an inheritable. I think he's going to be pretty good if you can find the right deck for him. Yeah, he's going to be cool. Hopefully we get an alt art. Like, this does look nice.
Right.
But I feel like this would look better if it had texture.
Yeah.
Alright, and then we got the Scrambles. These are basically all the same power level, besides I think the purple one is slightly better. Because it involves your trash.
I was going to say, it's just innately better,
yeah. Excited to have these. These are the cards that let you do really stupid stuff at the beginning of your turn by playing a rookie that has an on play and like spending a whole bunch of memory to combo and then triggering your memory setter to go to 3 after you're done doing that combo.
Wait, what? Give me an example.
You know the Wormmon that lets you Evo?
Yes.
You can do that, and
you could put your opponent's memory potentially to 10.
Yeah. Okay. I see.
Because you're still in start of turn timing.
Yeah, I get. I see. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. As soon as you said the Wormmon, I was like, oh. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. If you have, I think you have to have Skull Beluchis in your hand, but you can also like Tamagotchi someone as well. I think at the start of your turn with this.
Great.
These cards are interesting. They're not something you would play 4 of because they don't search.
Right.
But they are nice comeback cards, especially if you're able to give whatever you play back rush.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me specifically, it's going to be really good because of how Ancient Omni plays. I'm going to be able to put a Gabumon on the board immediately, get the draw for the Gabumon, which is nice. Either whether it's a Grabumon or the BT17, BT15. And then it's allowing me to recycle my Ancient Garu, which is needed in that deck because you can recycle everything but him.
Yeah.
Sure, not having Rush is like, but at the same time, I'm going to be coming at you with a Omnimon or a Ancient Garu. Like,
That's
either way, I'm getting in there.
That's kind of gross. How many are you going to play in that deck?
3 or 4.
That makes sense.
Like the main effect is the only thing that's like, eh. Because like I'm already evoing into Lobomon for 2.
Yeah, there's nothing in your deck besides warping into the Melga, I think, that you would even use this for.
I mean, I just put it on the board and not evo.
Yeah, I mean, you could activate it and then evo into your Lobo. It's still the same amount of memory.
Same amount of memory, yeah. But I mean, couldn't I just activate it for no cost? Just be like, oh, actually, Yellow Scramble.
See this 2 memory area here?
Yeah.
You have to pay that in order to use this card.
Yeah.
What?
I'm saying, like, I just pay the 2 memory.
Yeah.
And just have it sit on the board.
You can do that.
I just can't. If I don't evo, I don't evo.
Yeah. You can do that. It's just you would have to pay 2 memory.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, you said
That's
no cost.
what I was saying.
Yeah.
Or no activation. How about that?
That's still not really correct.
No
wording.
main.
That's still not right.
These are the cards I'm excited for.
All right, so yeah, we got the dual memory boost cards finally.
Yay!
Garnet searches red and black, so that helps out Ragna, which desperately needed some kind of search power. That'll be interesting. I'm sure people will be coping with Ragna. Probably some people that take it to Nats as well. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, and cope with your decks. Then we have Wisteria memory boost, red and blue, which this is potential support for the Galaxy engine because it searches like the entire deck.
No, that's an Agumon and a Gabumon on there.
You got me,
but
dude.
It doesn't even properly support that deck because you're gonna bot deck
bottom deck your Omnis.
The only deck I'd play this one is probably like Melga with a Omni top end.
The only deck I would play this in is Galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can just cut the Ukos if you are playing them in the Galaxy engine and just play this instead.
Yeah.
God, Galaxy's gonna be all over the place at Nats already.
No, dude, remember the comment. Galaxy doesn't exist.
Galaxy's not real, dude. It can't hurt you. Then we have Amber, which searches yellow and purple. If you couldn't tell by the 2 ladies on here.
Again, the wrong cards on the card. It should be Fenry and Takumi Kazuchi.
I think they actually play the other one. You can play this one, but they actually, I think, play the other one.
Oh, okay. The green one?
The purple one, technically.
Oh, the purple one. Yeah. Okay.
You could play this. However, if you're also playing trainings, you'd want to play one that you could add off the training.
Oh, okay, yeah. Alright.
But yeah, that's Mastamon support that it needs, because that archetype is kind of clunky.
Yeah.
And then no one asked for this. Jade searches green or blue.
Yeah, imagine setting up Davis and then just being able to have access to this now. Just like, whatever.
So stupid, dude. Why did they give Imperial more
Davis
support?
adds 2, this adds either one. Yeah.
The deck's too tight, guys. There's no room for this.
You would make room for this, my guy.
You would make room, yeah. What are you talking about? Just cut your Davis and Kins. Those are bad cards, remember?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, just cut Davis and Ken. Honestly, you'd probably just cut Davis.
Honestly, yeah. I was thinking about it. When I was talking about it, I was like, nah, you'd probably cut Davis for this card.
Yeah. Sepia, which is black and yellow.
This is Numamon support.
Yeah, besides the Numamon archetype, which is kind of neutered, what else would this support?
Not bees.
Mommy control.
Oh, yeah, I guess you could play it in there. I mean, it bot-decks Tamers, though, I feel like.
Yeah, but you play so many, you might not care. It would suck, though, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's the only thing I can think of that's...
You can grab Shoto, then it wouldn't matter either way.
Yeah, it's the only thing I can think of that's playing black and yellow right now, like Shadow Seraphimon.
Yeah.
And Edamon. The Beetlemons or the Metal Kabuterimons.
Yeah. And then we have Grape, which is obviously a Terriermon, Lotmon card. Searches purple and green. This is the card you put in the Tamagotchi because Kazuchi is also half green.
Right.
Yeah, and it's purple, so you can search it with your trainings, like you said earlier.
Yep. I'm not looking forward to that deck being more consistent. I enjoy watching it lose to itself. Alright, and then we have more reprints. Sister Mont Blanc. This was also an event pack reprint, but this is another one. This should be textured, I believe. This one probably wasn't necessary to reprint again, but whatever. I'm sure.
I don't know, because they were kind of like randomly like expensive. Not like expensive, but like pricey. For what it is.
I think it was because, one, some people played it in Lord Nightmon X, and two, I think the Puppet Rookie Rush deck, I think, plays this.
Yep.
So I think those are the two reasons, because obviously it's not Jesmon. That's not the reason why this card was getting purchased.
Some Royal Knights played it.
Yeah, but like that's not meta.
Yeah, it's not meta. You're right. And like no meta decks playing this, but again, like it was like hovering like what, $3 to $5 at one point for no reason.
Well, the event pack version was like $30 at one point.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, the regular one out of the starter deck is like $3, I think, or somewhere around there. So I mean, this being reprinted is good.
Yeah.
Then we have the seal, also from event pack. This is worthless.
Mm-hmm.
No one wanted
Just remember,
this.
we have this card, but no proto form.
Yep, no proto form, no analog youth, no rivals barrage. Hashtag thanks Bandai. I do like that she's petting an Agumon, but other than that, I don't care about this card.
She's nursing that Agumon back to health.
Yeah. Then we have whatever this guy's called. I don't even know what this is for.
Yeah, we couldn't figure it out.
End of your turn, this Digimon may move to your empty breeding area, so you can promote and then just be like, just kidding.
Going back.
My job here is done.
This is a legal takesy backseat.
Yeah. Proceed to end of turn, takesy backsy. That's so weird. What a weird effect.
Yeah.
We have
Especially since there's no benefit for raising it.
Yeah. Like there's no.
Like if it had a cool effect where it's like, you know, when this card moves out of the breeding area, give this. Cool. But it doesn't even have something cool like that.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, I'm going back now.
Surprise.
Oh no, I get it, dude. It makes sense because he digs.
He's a drill.
Yeah, so he hides again. Okay.
He's ducking away, yeah.
I see what they did. Then Gatsumon X Antibody. Cool, I guess. This is good for the rock mineral archetype we're getting at some point.
Yep.
I would assume. I don't know. Weird that it's a level 3X antibody that doesn't have an on-play nor a win digivolving.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
We know,
it's a black card we watch on.
Yeah, we know why.
Yeah. Also, there's a stipulation on the all turns effect.
Yeah, again, we know why.
Yeah, because it's black.
If this was a purple card, it would have had an on-play, win digivolving, no conditions, and it probably would have robbed the opponent of their money.
Yeah, so speaking of that, we have a purple level 5 X antibody. Has an on-play, win digivolving with no stipulation. Delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. And an on-deletion that plays back Myotismon, a level 6 with Myotismon in its name from your trash without paying the cost if Myotismon X antibody was in its Digimon sources. Cool, I guess. Then Recharge Plugin Q. This looks pretty, but K.
This goes with the maid mode.
Yeah. This is interesting. Curious what you could play this in.
Tsukuyamon?
Yeah, but that's not a real deck, dude.
Yet.
Yeah, that's not gonna be a deck until like February. All the people that are buying out the Kazuhu or whatever the hell,
yeah,
gonna be real sad if that deck gets hit preemptively before we even get that set.
No.
On top of the fact that we're not even gonna have the same meta that deck was meta in Japan for. Because like we're getting
Sean,
EX8 before we get the rest of, and we're gonna get BT20 as well, which also wasn't in Japan.
Sean, I want to play Talmon Ace Digivolve. Play Talmon Ace Digivolve. Play Talmon and activate a bunch of stuff, and then Ruin Mode you.
You're welcome to do that, but unfortunately, we're gonna have 2 additional sets that Japan did not have access to when we finally get that deck. So it'll be funny if it's just not able to be competitive once we get it.
Why the hell is this card in here?
I don't know. So we have it. Nature Spirits. So Wanyuman.
Don't they already have this?
We got this. These are the tournament pack reprints.
Oh,
like we've already gotten these technically, but they're not like super widespread. So this is just a way of making them accessible.
So this could have been proto form.
It could have been. That is correct. Or Analog Youth, or Rivals Barrage.
Right. Okay.
All of which are at least $10. Minimon. That's probably one of the worst purple level 2s we've ever had.
Yep.
So bad. And then Exermon. I think we've already had this. I think this is in the tournament pack, but I don't remember for sure.
What's its effect? Yeah, this is the one Robbie was looking for, right? Or he really was needing.
It's a Pulsemon card, so I would imagine he was looking for it if he didn't have them.
Yeah, because he was wondering when we were going to get those packs, and then we finally got them, and I think he was like, I only need like 1 or 2.
Yeah, well, he's in luck. We'll get a bunch of those. And then Digimon Liberator.
A waste of a spot. This could have been proto form.
Yeah, or Analog Youth, or Rivals Barrage.
You know, I'd have been okay with like foregoing some of the other reprints from earlier if we got proto form. Ruin Mode? Screw him. Proto form.
No. I would have been cool not getting these alt arts, because who cares? This archetype sucks. Right. These alt arts are fine. That's fine. That needed to be reprinted anyway. I would have been fine with the seal not getting reprinted.
Alright. So what are the ratios to this? If you buy 2 boxes, you get 2 of everything except for what the top end stuff, the alternate arts and stuff?
If you buy 2 boxes, or if you buy 1 box, you get 2 of each memory boost, 2 of each scramble, and 2 of each ace.
Right.
So if you buy 2 boxes, you get a playset of all the new cards.
Okay, and then
Guaranteed.
do we know? And then how many of the top cards do you get?
You get 1 secret rare per box, so it'll be Quantum, Ruin Mode, or Death X. I don't think any of the other ones are secrets.
Okay. So we don't know the pull rate of the supers?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
I mean, I assume it'd be like 1 or 2 per packs for the other reprint. I mean, how many cards are in the pack? Like 9?
I think it's something like that.
I mean, that's the usual amount, right?
No,
I'm gonna
the
be
normal
real
amount's higher than that. I'm pretty sure the packs are smaller, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real upset if I pull any of the 3 Musketeer cards.
Maybe we can sell them to Ben.
I'm gonna want those top cards.
You act like Ben's not also gonna get this set. He'll probably also have his own.
I think he pre-ordered 2 boxes, and that's all he's gonna buy. Yeah, the first 5 are all bangers. Like, I'm fine with these. They literally could have replaced these with Rivals, Analog, and Protoform.
Yeah, and then give them to us somewhere else. I don't. Those
just
cards
Never.
Seem like
I would have been fine with Never.
Yeah, at least throw a Protoform in here as the super. You know, like it's not guaranteed in a box, but at least you can have the chance of pulling it. Rivals and Analog should have been with these cards, where it's like you get 2 per box.
No, because they want to make sure you get a playset of the new stuff. If they just put Rivals and Analog in here, they would be basically free after like the week that this came out.
Yep.
Fair.
Because people are going to be opening this set for some reason. I guess you just get these, but I mean, I'm just going to buy the singles for the Ruin modes.
Right.
Yeah, they definitely screwed themselves by cutting those 3 cards, because that would have made people like be like, oh, I'm just gonna buy a bunch of these because I want to get those cards.
Right.
No one asked for this. Unfortunate misstep by whoever is in charge of that. I don't know. Big dummies.
Probably the same guy that got locked up in the basement doing translations.
True.
That's why he's overworked.
Overworked, underpaid. All right, comment questions. Damien Carr 168. So if you have collision and your opponents can't block or whatever, so Damien said it doesn't force the block. It's only possible to suspend a block if it's possible to redirect the attack. If the attack isn't redirected, you cannot block, so collision wouldn't work here. It would give everyone blocker, but no one can actually block. So that answers that question.
Are we starting at the bottom?
Oh, I didn't do what I normally did. I normally click the newest. That's on me. All right. My bad. Yogo Polo 6968, thank you for being a channel member. Questions. How was everyone's Thanksgiving?
It was good.
It was pretty okay.
I ate way too damn much.
There were some mishaps, some miscommunications. Some
ham was better than the turkey.
Yeah, some people were late, so our food got a little cold. But other than that, it was pretty good.
Just microwave it, man. Yeah, mine was good. I ate turkey, no ham.
You.
Yeah, in the comments, let us know. Are you ham or are you a turkey person? Which one's better?
I thought I asked that last week.
Well, ain't nobody answered it.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
then
can't remember
maybe
if you
I
did
did.
or not, because, yeah, no one said anything.
Ham or turkey, guys?
Sean, which Lord Knight, yellow or purple, do you have more fun playing, and have you considered commentating with Risu again? I think I enjoyed playing yellow Lord Knightmon better because of how dominant it was. Because I think it was tier 0 if you built it correctly. And there were just... It was so dumb being able to just constantly expand your board and just spiral masquerade your opponent every turn, just laugh at them.
Especially since there wasn't really a large variety of cards that could board white.
There weren't. There was like Spiral Masquerade,
like maybe 1 or 2 cards, if that.
BT2 Shine.
Yeah.
And
it was.
I think that might have been it. And like that level 6 from 1.5.
Volcanic.
Yeah, Volcanic Dramon.
I remember like hitting a guy forced out of security. That sucked because it's like I'm getting rid of 1 Digimon. But if you hit a late spiral, that's like potential like your whole board, even against like those rookie rush decks.
Yeah,
those rookie rush decks, they like sometimes have like 3 or 4 bonds on the board, and you're like 4-4-4, and it's like, oh god,
your day has been ruined.
I think it's 3K.
Yeah.
3K per body.
Oh, was it 3K?
I think you're thinking of BT2 Shine.
Yeah. So yeah, 3K.
Yeah. God, Spiral Masquerade. Good times, dude.
Yes, good times.
And yes, I am open to commentating with him again. It is up to him though. He's trying to commentate with a bunch of different people and stuff, and he's also been commentating Eagles Locals with Eagle himself. But yeah, if he hits me up again, I mean, as long as I'm free, I'm down. I enjoy doing it. And then Chris and Brandon, what do you think will get Game of the Year?
Troll answer.
I mean, I think
Sparking
he just
Zero.
asked you for the. How's that a troll answer?
Oh, 'cause it's not even nominated.
So
It's not.
No, it's a great game. Don't get me wrong, but it's heavily flawed. It's got a lot of things wrong with it.
What game did he say?
Sparking
No.
Zero.
That the only nomination that has is best fighting game, and people even debate that because it's not even really a fighting game, an arcade game.
Like,
What the hell is it if it's not a fighting game?
It's like an arcade game. It's like it's one of those Japanese what are they called, like
3D
arena fighters. Yeah, 3D arena fighter.
How is that not a fighting game?
Because people are weird.
What do you do when you turn the game on and you start playing? What are you predominantly doing?
Yeah, I thought
Is it fighting?
throw punch fighting game.
I'm not saying it isn't a fighting game. I'm telling you what people think.
Well, people are stupid because it's obviously a fighting game. There's no like.
What people will try to throw against it is that it's not balanced,
Irrelevant.
and that's kind of the appeal.
Irrelevant
like,
to a fighting game.
Yeah, if you walk into a room and they picked Yamcha and you picked Ultra Instinct Goku, like, yeah, Ultra Instinct Goku has the advantage. He's gonna kill you.
And it is balanced. They balanced it by making you have to like pay for your dudes.
No,
So
the
Depends
BP
on what
points.
type of mode you're playing. Yeah.
when you play ranked online, like it is balanced that way.
Oh no, you can just play 1-on-1. You don't have to go by the DP system.
I mean, yes, but like when you play ranked online, like it is balanced. Like they deliberately put a balancing system in the game.
So, I actually know all the games that have been nominated and have been following it. I have played most of them outside of like Balatro.
Yeah.
I haven't played Balatro. I think that them adding Shadow of the Erdtree was weird. I thought other games could have been there. I thought changing the rules just to have it in there is dumb. I think it's actually a scapegoat. I don't think it's going to win. I think it'll be Astrobot because all these game journalists that are actually voting for these games, because again, the fan vote is only 10% of the vote. That's
So
crazy.
it's rigged. Okay.
Yeah, why even have fan vote if it's only going to be 10%? So
anyway,
I
the
believe
reason Erdtree's not winning
is because none of the game journalists could actually get to it or play it because they're not very good. I think Astrobot's going to end up winning because it is the highest rated game this year by game journalists, and they are all going to vote for that. But yeah, Black Myth Wukong is probably going to be the runner-up. It'll probably win all the other categories it's in because everything about it. But that's also one of those games where like the game journalist didn't get very far in it. You could tell because a lot of them were saying the game is super sexist because there's no women in it. It becomes heavily involved with a lot of women after Chapter 2, which just means that they were showing themselves that they didn't ever get past Chapter 2. Because that's when all the women characters started coming into the game. So, yeah. And Metaphor is another thing. I don't think any of them actually finished the game because it's almost like 100 hours. I actually just finished it, and that would be my game of the year if I was picking, because I just think it was like super good time throughout the entire time. But I don't believe any of them finished it. Astrobot takes like under 20 hours to completely platinum. So it was super easy for them to do that. So I think that's what's going to win.
Yeah, I see a lot of game reviews where it's pretty obvious the person played for like 30 minutes and they were like, okay, this is my opinion.
Yeah. So, I just don't understand why the fan vote's only 10%. It just doesn't make sense to me.
So they should rig it, obviously.
Yeah. Just, I literally just think them adding a DLC into the Game of the Year was just to, like, drum up, like, talk.
interest.
Yeah, because it's not going to be Shadow. It's not, because none of the game journalists could get to it. That was, like, the biggest controversy when the DLC came out, is you had to get to a certain boss to get to it, and no one could, and none of them could.
Not that Shadow.
Shadow?
God.
Yes, that Shadow.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
No, I'm talking about the alt-art Shadow.
Hold on.
So, yeah, that's me.
Get it.
I don't even think Brandon's played any of the games that have been nominated for Game of the Year this year.
Correct.
I probably haven't either.
No. I think Silent Hill 2 should have been up there, for sure. That was an incredible remake.
I mean, I think Helldivers
should have been up there for sure.
I mean, sure, it dropped off, but like, okay, it was still a phenomenal game.
It only really dropped off because of all the changes they started making, and then once they saw everything they were like, oh, okay, we pissed off our community. Sorry, guys, we'll fix it. And then just were like, here's everything back.
Yeah.
So anyways, like I was saying, Shadow.
Sank our own ship.
I said it, Sean. Shadow.
Give me a second, dude.
He wasn't ready.
I have to pull it out of the deck.
Oh. Hey, there he is.
Hey, it's him.
It's your boy.
Nice.
Skinny Penis.
So, yeah. That's what I believe will win Game of the Year.
Are we done with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Phantom with 280 in the middle of his name. NSO hurts to play. I've been trying hard to make it work. Right now, even now, I'm testing Wormon and Davis and Kin because you can Evo into the green level 4. Yeah.
Keep trying, my guy. Keep trying. You're doing God's work.
Godspeed.
You and Dante are the only two. No, hold on. That was Nature Spirits, right? Or no, that was okay. You and Dante are the only two Nature Spirit players I know. You guys are doing God's work.
It was different.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not. That's Nightmare Soldiers.
Oh, Nightmare Soldiers. Oh, okay.
He's in the future deck.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It actually makes sense because you get the end of turn DNA.
Yep.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Benjamin Wiseman 6567. I have to agree with that comment about power scaling. If they want us to buy the new stuff, they'll need restrictions on the Galaxy and Dark Animal engines. I don't think the Dark Animal engine needs a restriction, honestly.
As somebody who plays Lord Nightmon X, you would say that.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think Lord Nightmon X is even close to being best deck in format.
I don't think it's the Dark Animal core though. Protoform is what like speeds that up to that point, right?
Yeah, being able to reduce evo cost and get the X ante and the source, so you can actually start doing
the core is good, but like the protoform is what accelerates that.
Kinda, but you have to see it.
Yeah, exactly.
I think about every broken card. Like a Digimon Fusion, you have to see it.
Yeah, but it doesn't just win you the game when you see protoform.
I'm just saying.
I think the engine is just a good engine. I think the Galaxy engine, though, does need restrictions. That is just flat out broken.
Yeah. And it's only going to get more broken the more
it's only going to get worse the more stuff we get randomly.
Right. Agreed. I could see some of the Dark Animal stuff. The only card I could see in Dark Animal getting touched is what? Cerberus?
Cerberus X is the only card I could possibly ever see them putting on the list.
Yeah. Just because you can get double alliance and an unsuspend. I think that's...
Well, even in Levia, it's good in Levia as well, right?
Yeah.
Those are the only ones I could see.
Like, I don't think that anything in that engine actually needs a hit, though. It's just a good engine. Like, we have good engines in other decks.
Yeah.
The Galaxy engine, though, is extremely unbalanced, and it's only going to get worse because it's too generic. Any red or blue card, if they print it, you can be like, oh, I can put this in Galaxy.
Right.
And it's infinitely worse than the Dark Animal engine.
Yeah, one tamer literally has to be so restricted with certain cards that it causes game like an infinite loop, and then the other one is just so beyond broken it's getting used in random decks.
Correct.
He also said, the specific deck that doesn't auto lose to Tamagotchi is Blue Magnemon acing in a Paladin mode. That's really it. A Radon Balmon to be once per turn would help. I've given up on the Marauding Balmon to be once per turn. They're clearly okay with it not being once per turn.
That's never going to happen.
Remember when you guys were like, haha, they printed a new Balmon. That means they're definitely restricting the old one.
I think that was probably just me.
Yeah.
No, I was on the train with you, Sean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it should have happened, but they were
It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to do that. Why print one that's like, do it as, and then the other one's like,
for a different deck.
Why?
It did turn out to be just for a different deck.
Yeah.
So dumb.
It is.
Like we have like 4 or 5 different Koromons that didn't limit any Koromons. No, that's a troll.
None of them are broke then.
Yeah. Don't take that seriously.
I think they won't be satisfied with giving that archetype support until people start calling it the Tamagotchi card game. Just like they did with Greymon.
Or the Imperial card game right now, which is what people are calling it.
Yeah,
Imperial
is falling off this format. It's not as
Galaxy
in the field.
I think Galaxy is taking over. Yeah.
Yeah, Galaxy is a very good deck.
Nah, man. Remember, it doesn't exist.
Can't hurt us. Yeah, that's one of them. Another way is to have multiple level 5 set up and just have the appropriate aces. But yeah, that's one of the ways. Full Metal Snorlax. Susan Ace is the only level 7 ace available for non-red yellow decks. Mind Link decks can also use the when attacking effect. And no, I don't count Paladin mode because it doesn't do anything on defense in most matchups. Yeah, Paladin mode is kind of underwhelming unless you're playing against certain decks to ace into.
Or have HPD.
Yeah, it's similar to Dynus in that like it's best used offensively on your turn.
Proactively, yeah.
Yeah. Which is odd that they give aces effects like that, but whatever.
That's true. I guess like if you don't have like the option for a level 7 ace, Susan is probably your best bet. You're just never gonna you're never gonna get its one attacking effect
unless you play a Mind Link deck, yeah. Which I feel like you in any Mind Link deck I can think of besides Pulsemon, I don't think you'd have the room for it or want to play.
Yeah,
it.
like you're not gonna play it in like AG.
Yeah, you're not
like,
gonna play it in decks.
Mother control maybe.
I guess you gotta play it. You gotta play it in Numamon.
Facts.
You already play the Mind Link Tamer.
You see how a couple card hits completely killed an entire deck. The heck, I miss Numamon.
I think it was just. Oh yeah, I guess the Ukomon also affected it.
Uko, Louie, and Numa X. They neutered it.
I mean, a lot of them didn't play more than one Louie.
Yeah. Okay. True.
Yeah, but now they just don't have the option.
Yeah. I think it was mostly the Nume exit. Like, that's all it really took. To just keep them from floating infinitely, and it's way fair.
Yeah.
Oreo X 1000 played bees at locals and went 1-1-1.
Brave soul.
Round 1 went against Zeed and wound up in a draw.
Hold on, Zeed?
Yeah, Millenniumon.
Oh, Millenniumon. Okay. I was thinking of Zeed Garurumon. I was like, whoa.
The starter deck?
yeah, I'm like, whoa, hold on.
No, that's Crestgar, whatever.
Yeah, Zeed was in BT4 and then EX4, I think.
Yeah.
God awful card.
Yes, both variants are not that good. The most recent one is the worst one. Round 2 went against Belphamon and won 2-0.
Makes sense. Their deck is like 4 or 5 sets old.
I mean, I feel like they may have just not seen their stuff, but round 3 was against Dark Knight and lost at 2-1. D-Evo hurts and never seeing a 4 is painful. 4 Proto is basically mandatory. Highly recommend Leopard X as he gets Queen Bee or Tiger Vest for 5, and bouncing stuff is really nice. Winner is at 2, and I contemplated cutting him entirely for Shu or Kosuke. Wound up running 2 OG Mimi and a Louie. Louie for game is a thing. Shine of B is goated.
Yeah, after seeing more of the Leopard X stuff, that card is like kind of really good, and I think it's super slept on because it's a green card.
Yes.
Like being able to play all those level 6 aces for effectively free, activating their stuff and then bouncing stuff with Leopard X is kind of bananas.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it last week. The Leopard X into Cherubi playing something, into then bouncing something.
And Cherubimon's like kill, you know, like.
Yeah, seems like a fun combo.
It is. I mean, it looks pretty. The problem is, again, it's a green deck. So.
Pieracinius, I really hope this makes sense. If I climb into BT17 Ancient Grey with the BT17 Aguni and Burning Grey over the BT18 Takuya and Koji Tamer, and then Evo into Susan Ace, will he delete himself before his check goes through if I attack using the end of turn inheritable we gain from the Takuya and Koji Tamer? If I was able to trash enough security, could I swing and win the game before the deletion effect would trigger? I'm asking because I'm a little confused on how the timing of end of turn effects work.
Yeah, so you can pick. So your attacks would go through. Right?
Sean, look at Sean. Nope.
Try again.
What?
So, Sean, you explain it as our only now legal judge. Because Ben refuses to do it according to you.
So, you're half right, Brandon. You can pick which effect you want to activate first, but you have to resolve all your effects before the check would actually go through. So, you could declare the attack, but then you would blow yourself up before the check.
So, you turn your card sideways,
Mm-hmm.
End of turn would continue, and he would just die?
Yes.
So explain what's happening. Explain the whole stack.
So it would be different if he had Blitz. But because it's an end of turn attack, it's triggering at the same time that the deletion effect is triggering. And so you'd have to resolve all of that before the attack actually went completely through. You could turn it sideways, but then it would just be like, oh, I'm dead.
Okay, so the only reason they're able to circumvent this with the Ancient Grey specifically, right? Isn't it because you're already swinging?
Yeah, you're already swinging.
Gotcha. So how are you going into the Susan? Did you have to keep turn with it?
I'm assuming they go into the Ancient, somehow keep turn, and then Evo into Susan Ace.
Well, it says if he climbs from Ancient using the Aguni and Burning Gray, so you're already swinging.
I don't know how he's going into the Susan. I don't feel like reading the cards to determine how's that happening, but it's irrelevant to the answer to his question.
I mean, he could activate the option to or just hard, but like that's not explaining how it's becoming unsuspended, and that's what I'm saying. Like I don't understand. Like, yeah, how is he doing that?
It's irrelevant to his question.
No, is it the? I don't know.
Remember, like in order to Evo into the Ancient, you have to you have to swing.
Right.
You can't just like Proto Lobo it and do a Wind Digivolving. I don't know. Maybe is it the Dual Tamer? I don't think
that's what I was thinking.
I think,
but I don't.
Because you have to validly be able to declare an attack in order to do an end of attack swing anyway.
Read the Tamer. I know it has. I think it's inheritable. It actually doesn't.
Yeah, it's literally end of your turn once per turn. This Digimon with the hybrid or 10 warrior trait may attack a player, but you have to be a valid attack target. You can't swing while you're unsuspended. It's not, or while you're suspended.
Yeah.
It's not like Overclock or Vortex or whatever the hell those things are.
So maybe that's also a point of confusion. Is he's curious if he can attack even though he's already suspended.
Yeah. So first things first, you have to be a valid attack target.
Yeah.
Second thing, according to Sean, you just blow up anyway. If you were able to complete this play, you would just die.
According to the rules of the game, you would die before the check goes through. You could trigger Susan before you die, assuming you could legally attack, which in this scenario I don't think you could, like Brandon said. With the Susan, obviously, because like you're already swinging with the Burning or the Ancient. Those checks would go through because you're already attacking. And then I guess
also just wanted. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say I'm guessing he's swinging, warping, keeping turn, and then evoing into Susan on top of the suspended Digimon to like pass turn.
Yeah, and then attempting to swing again.
Yeah, which obviously, like you said, is not legal.
Also, real quick, just to correct the person who replied to this comment, he said the rest of it doesn't matter but like he literally says, if you evo on top of the Ancient doesn't see end of turn and doesn't die. That is very wrong.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
It is in effect given by the level 4 to end of turn slip and slide, as Sean will say.
Yes, it is
in effect
on the entire stack.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what is on the stack or what the stack is anymore. If you get de-evo 3, you're still dying at the end of the turn.
Unless you go back to being a tamer.
Unless you're a tamer, yeah.
Because I believe he says this Digimon deletes itself at the end of turn.
Yeah.
But yeah, the attack wouldn't go through. If you could legally attack with the Susan, you could trigger that effect and trash their security before you blew yourself up, but you still wouldn't be able to kill them.
Yeah, so basically, from this little TED Talk, if you have an end of turn delete yourself effect, don't swing end of turn. Or don't, do anything like that. That'll give your opponent ace overflow for no reason.
Yeah, the only way to avoid blowing yourself up before the check goes through is to be attacking with Blitz, because that is before end of turn. Or like War Greymon from BT14, where he has pseudo Blitz. He said it's on when Digivolving attack. That happens before end of turn procedures and stuff like that. But anything that is
so something that came into my mind, like this is a kind of weird example. Let's say I have an Omni Ace on the board, and of course I have the Tamer end of turn attack.
Mm-hmm.
If something gave my Digimon end of turn delete itself, like Purple does that, right?
Yeah, Lilithmon does.
Yeah. So, well, isn't that like end of attack delete itself?
Lilithmon says end of turn delete itself. The Lady Dev X says end of attack.
Gotcha. So if I attempted to swing with that Omnimon, he would turn himself sideways and then die?
If you were attacking with the Tamer, which is an end of turn effect, yes. You could declare the attack and then resolve all of your effects.
When attackings?
Yeah, like you could trash the security, unsuspend, all that stuff. You could even trigger raid if you wanted to. But you would blow yourself up before the check or battle ever went through.
Good to know.
Yeah. Fun fact.
I have no more questions.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day.
I do as well. I learned quite a few things. I learned like three to five things from just taking the judge exam. Because everything I missed, I looked up because I was like, why did I miss this? What did I misunderstand? Green Hill Mario. The idea behind Paramidi is to OTK when it has 6 materials. Attack 1, detach 3 on suspend, 2 checks. Attack 2, detach 3 on suspend, 3 checks. Direct attack. It's not going to happen like that because you're playing against humans with object permanence, but the vision is there. With the new intended egg in the set, the option is 1 cost. Sunrise is a liberated trait searcher, so getting the option to hand isn't a just to draw the out scenario. There's enough basis to not want to make Paramidi cheese out wins too often. Though I do feel that its lack of keywords is probably because in testing they had to turn the win percentage down, especially since it'll get a new line because Liberator. Hey, maybe it'll be...
It's gonna be bad.
Maybe it'll be a relatively okay black deck. It sounds like it might be better at OTKing than Justimon.
I mean,
yeah, listen.
Out the stack.
I'm all here for supporting black decks. I want to see them do well, and I hope this deck does well.
Like,
I think... what?
Am I correct in remembering it has no protection?
I don't recall it having protection. Oh,
yeah, it doesn't have protection.
It has...
Digiburst?
Yeah, it has the when it would be deleted, it poops out bodies.
But then they're not OTKing you.
Yeah, correct. So it has protection versus deletion specifically, which is probably one of the worst effects to be protected from.
Yeah. Anyway, you were saying, sorry.
I hope it's okay.
I mean, you might be able to win at locals with it.
Steal a game or two.
Yeah, it sounds like it might be like that kind of tier. Maybe someone will cook.
Maybe we should put local tier in our tier list.
You could bring this to locals and not feel bad about yourself, potentially.
Just make sure. Yeah. Little locals tier.
I still have my Goggamon, so...
Gogmamon, yeah. I mean, it's...
Yeah.
It was a super rare, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I played that old... you'd use him with the...
Yeah, the War Grandmon, or the Black War Grandmon.
No. The... Black level 6, the
mineral guy, yeah.
Yeah.
The guy that had pseudo collision back in BT4, except for it was optional. He gave everybody blocker, but you didn't have to block.
Yeah, I actually won. No, I didn't. I think I went X1 1 week with that deck because no one knew what it did.
So dumb.
It was great.
The fact that if he had collision and piercing somehow, because I recall I don't think he had piercing. That would have been pretty nasty back then. Like, he was giant. He was like 13k base.
I was also using the option card, to give it the extra security attack and then Bro, people were like, that does what? And I'm just like, this, and they're like, okay, whatever, and I'm just like, kill you.
So were you preying on the fact that they didn't know they could block?
It did happen once against Todd where I swung with it and he just didn't block, and I had already read the effect to him once, and he just didn't block. I was like, you could have just blocked with that. And he's like, I could have, and I was like, yeah.
Oh man. Crimson 35124. Galacti is doing good because the new Snatchmon lets you warp into Destro for 2 memory every turn. The Destro nukes 7 memory worth of Tamers. The new Tamer lets your Galacti swing twice while digivolving ace threats. The deck's role in the meta is gatekeeping Tamer heavy decks like Imperial and the hybrid decks from playing the game. It does have Tamer.
I forgot it had Tamer removal and stuff like that. So yeah, fair.
Yeah, slightly.
I guess that's cool.
I just think it loses really hard to like anything outside of that, because when I was playtesting Caleb with it, he was drawing some god awful hands. Like, it was real slow sometimes, and I was killing him really fast.
Yeah. Adaptive reasoning. Decks that people won't vote for. Base Mirage, Numemon, and Imperial. I disagree with Numemon. I think it's been long enough to where people would be like, I'm curious
what that looks like.
Yeah, what does that look like now? I do agree with Mirage and Imperial, though. No one wants to see that.
The thing with Numemon, I'm wondering is, you'd obviously still play the Ukomon package, one Louis, or I guess that includes the Louis. You would play Black Floodgates.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because Black has all the Floodgates, right? As level 3s.
Memory Tucker.
I don't think they have play by effect Floodgate.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think play by effects.
That's
That's
right.
They do have a unique one though that other colors don't have, which is players can't ignore Digivolution requirements.
Yeah.
Right, and they have the Chikurimon, which is reduce effect, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'd play some copies of that. You would still play your Numamons. You'd play your one Numi X, and then your level 5s are still really good. You'd play 12. You'd play the Monzis, the Monzi X, and then Edomons. And you just still play like all the Shadow Seraphimons here now.
Yeah.
Valk Ace, Cherubi, so you'd still have all of those.
Yeah, you would probably have a full Edomon engine in the deck now. Like
It
wouldn't be unfair is the thing. Yeah, it just wouldn't be unfair now. It would be extremely fair.
I think.
I mean, you're still playing 4 Protos just for the Monze X?
I think you'd have to. Because I'm thinking you might play Cool Boy in the deck.
Oh, you thinking about you'd play the Agumon engine instead now?
No, I'm thinking I just might play Cool Boy. That way you can get to Nume X that much faster.
Yeah.
Don't care about bot deck or anything else.
Yeah, and if you're playing Protoforms, you get your full effect off Monze X consistently. And if you might be playing Rapid X's too. Like, I think the deck could be competitive. I think people aren't playing it because it got hit on the ban list, so people just automatically assume it's trash, and all just the new stuff we've gotten over the past few sets where people are just like, I just want to play new stuff.
Yeah.
Because like people aren't even playing Ancient Garu anymore, and I think that deck's still really good.
Yeah.
True.
Facts.
Who knows? Maybe Nume will be the option that goes with Galaxy Mirage to next week, not this week.
I mean, you could also by then have the Scramble / Mem Boost cards too. So.
Mm-hmm.
So
cause the black yellow one.
That would help us like with the Nume X too.
That really help.
Yeah.
That and the memory boost. You could play both of them.
Yeah, you could. Maybe I will cook with that.
Look at Sean thinking.
He's cooking, man. Because I mean, with the with the Scramble card, would you be able to play out Ukomon? I don't think it's color locked, is it?
Yeah, it is color locked.
It is color locked? Okay, never mind then. I was going to think, you could play the Numa, or the Uko from track, promote your dude, and then trigger your Ukos.
That'd be pretty nasty.
The good thing about the memory boost card, too, is since it's black-yellow, it searches all of your top end.
Yeah, you won't have to worry about bot decking anything. It will search all your aces, too.
And all your level 5s. You don't have to worry about bottom decking like something like Edomon or something like that. Oh, man.
I feel like you could probably cook with that. I would need to pick up some stuff. Like, I never bought any of the RB1 Monzes.
Let's say we have the entire deck core. Every time I go through our bulk, it's just sitting right there.
Yeah, it's in. It's
maybe
it's
to
sad.
avoid paying for that stuff, I'll just borrow the engine from you guys if that wins.
I mean, we were going to do the same thing with Mirage won, so...
True. Very true.
Every time I go through the bulk, guess what's sitting right next to the Numa?
Do you guys have a playset of Cool Boys, right?
We have like so many Cool Boys.
Okay, cool.
I'm pretty sure we have a full playset of gold Cool Boy.
Okay. I don't have
whether or not those
those
are usable because some of them are warped.
They're so warped, yeah. All those gold cards from that tournament kit are just like...
God, dude, it's like they went, hey, we have some really good card material for our card game. Don't use it for these ones.
Yeah. How would you like Pringles?
Yeah.
SC Marth. This is a variation of Lilith Loop. The idea with the Mummymon package is to spam the board with Tamers, then use the Arukeni and Mummymon Tamer to summon a level 5, which has to delete itself at the end of opponent's turn. This level 5 will evo into the Cherub. At the end of opponent's turn, the Cherub is deleted and plays out a bunch of rookies so that when it's your turn, you can swing out. That makes a lot of sense. That sounds pretty broken. Just purple things.
Purple do be existing.
Yeah. Desmond Milers 3114. Thank you for being a channel member, Desmond. DNA Magnamon, please. You're in luck. Chris played that deck this week. I got the profile, and I will be posting some or all of his matches. that I'm sure are riddled with chets because he doesn't know what his cards say or do. If Chris wasn't playing it this week, I would have put it as one of the options because I was interested in playing it.
Yeah, apparently Sean didn't want to post the Black Hybrid versus Omni matchup because there was so many chets.
There were some pretty brutal ones. I mean, I most likely will post it now because I'm not gonna have content from next Friday since I won't be there.
Oh yeah, fair.
So yeah, prepare yourself.
Prepare for trouble and make the chets double.
Legitimately. It's the count isn't crazy high like the one time Chris played Leviamon. But it's just like the egregiousness of the chets, like
yes, because we're forgetting Shoto. Alright, and it's because I'm playing against Brandon, and when I play against Brandon, I get so comfortable. And
in your defense, I did stun your Shotos a lot.
Yeah, and it's just like I forget about the memory gain. Like you don't play that card for that. Yes, it's part of its effect, but the main effect I remember it for is to turn it sideways and give the blocker. But you're right. I always forget the memory off the dang Shoto. I didn't all night. That's the problem. I didn't all night. It's just like when I play against certain people, I just get comfortable and I start not doing stuff.
What made me turn off the match was when you de-evoed his Omni past the rookie.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was just one of those things
where
I grabbed all the cards and went,
yeah.
Whatever.
It's exactly what happened. But when I saw that, I was like, God, guys.
He literally said, how much was the de-evo for? And I said 3. I was like, I can go up to 3. And he just picked him up and then did it. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Like,
oh, look, there's a Melga here now. How convenient.
Did that benefit me or him?
You.
I'm assuming me, yeah.
It benefited you. Because when you swung security with it next turn, and it lived. Because it was an 11,000 DP Digimon. Oh, God.
To be fair, I probably could have just used it as a warp fodder anyway, but either way, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, it 100%
assuming it
benefited
lived.
you. I think you won the game before it ever died, if I'm not mistaken.
I was talking about if it was a level 3. A level 3 is a lot.
Oh, it would have died. It checked a hybrid, I think. It would have just died.
Well, I'm saying, I don't think I would have swung it as a level 3, but I'm saying maybe he could have removed it as a level 3, which is easier to remove than a level 6.
Oh, probably. Kyle Newey 9278. For me, I'm gonna build bees, but I only have one proto, so I got to do something else. Yeah, take it from Brandon. If you don't have 4 proto, probably don't build it. Even if you do have 4 proto, probably don't build it.
Probably just don't build it.
I'd like you to try and do Ancient Greymon, Sean. I'd feel you'll like it.
You talking about Red Hybrid?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have it. Just sitting on the table.
Yeah,
never played it. Never put it together.
I potentially might borrow that from Brandon, probably in January, after Nationals and stuff, and before 2.5 comes out. But I don't think I'm going to be able to play it before the end of December. But we'll see. Oh.
The amount of people who have gotten so tired of me playing the Omni decks at our locals, every time they just come up to me, you ever going to play Ancient Grey?
Nobody's
at
done
least
that.
3 or 4 times. Robbie's asked me. Pretty sure Ben has asked me at least once.
That's like when I was playing. I think I played Magna X.
AJ asked me
For like a month or 2, and then I also played Angels for a while as well. I mean, if I didn't have anything else I wanted to build, so I was like, I guess I'll just play the best deck I have access to.
I don't know, Sean. According to this next comment, we might have to put this on the next poll. It's got 4 likes.
Robbie Martin 323. My vote Pulsemon. No, Robbie. I'm not building Pulsemon. I don't hate myself enough.
But it's got 4 votes. That means at least 4 people want to see you play Pulsemon.
One of them is him. I'm certain of it.
Oh, really?
And then I guess it's his 3 burners, because...
I mean, I'm not saying one of those thumbs up might be from me, but...
Okay. So it's Robbie and then you
much.
two and then a secret fourth person, which is probably one of y'all's burners.
We do know Chris has a lot of those, although he lost the passwords to a lot of his burners. Because people have been not complimenting him out the wazoo lately.
Oh no.
They're a fickle bunch.
I remember that era. That Chris guy looks like a cool guy.
He doesn't misplay ever. He knows what his cards do.
And he
Little
doesn't
do they
afraid
know.
a thing.
I don't afraid a thing. I will freely swing at you. I don't care if you have it or not. I'm doing it. You either have it or you don't. I'm the biggest advocate of that.
Yeah, it's a 50-50, dude. It either happens or it doesn't.
Exactly.
Digicord, I'm surprised to see no one really playing Angels. It feels like it has an okay matchup against a lot. I am too. I think
Adaptive kind of outlined why you don't see it as much in his reply to that.
Yeah, Adaptive said I think there's too much Digivolve going around, but I don't think there is. Like, there's Lord Nightmon X, and then what other deck Digivolves?
Shadow Seraphimon.
Shadow Seraphi.
That's not a deck.
It can be.
What deck does that card go into?
All I'm telling you
Mother.
is I could be playing Ancient Omni.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing Ancient Omni, right?
Okay.
I hard play Edamon on you. Panic. Shadow Seraphi inbound.
I mean, sure, if you want to throw an Edamon Ace package into your Ancient Omni deck and just clunk it up even worse, go for it.
Clunk it up even more.
Yeah, I support that. I don't think there's as much as there was at the beginning of the format when Lord Nightmon X had like oodles of hype, to where I think it could actually be pretty good into the format because most everybody's moved away from Lord Nightmon X. It's not like half the tournament showings. DLacy1895, I forgot to ask my question in time, lol. What is your deck building hot take guilty pleasure? For example, mine is I enjoy making decks with off ratios, and if when you build your deck correctly, because it's different for every deck, I think they are more consistent than standard ratio decks. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
No.
You're that type of person who plays 3 different Tamas.
I highly disagree with that. I like my stuff to be nice and clean, standard. You know, because in my head, if that's the most consistent way possible. Like literally look at my Magna X deck profile tomorrow, when you get, or whenever Sean uploads it, probably later today or tomorrow.
It'll be like Monday. If you're a member, you'll see it before then, but I think it'll probably be Monday.
I'm literally playing 7 VMons, 7 Wormmons, and then 14 level 4s. Oh no, I'm sorry, 12 level 4s. And 4 of those can Digivolve onto both of them for 2. And then the other 4 can do 1 for 2, and the other 4 can do the other 1 for 2. It's like, it's got to be perfectly synced like that. Like, I want consistency.
What is your hot take guilty pleasure, though?
Blue plugin.
I don't know.
That's pretty accurate for you.
My hot... I mean... I think... You know what? I'll say this. I'll say this, because I've been thinking about this. I think every deck should just run a 1 of Death X. Everyone should just find a spot for a 1 of Death X, just in case.
You never know, man.
It is just like the ultimate, like... Boom.
I mean, it's... At one point, that was, like, people ran, like, 2 copies of it and just basically anything. That's when it was, like, $100.
Yeah. I guess hot take, like, every deck should at least run 1 copy of removal, like of some kind of removal, no matter what it is. I don't know. Hot take, you have to play 4 Kenan Davises. That's a hot take.
It is to some people.
What about you, Sean? What's your hot take?
I don't know if I have one.
See, that's what I'm saying. You know, it's like hard.
I'm a bit of a contrarian when it comes to deck building / deck choosing. Like, if I find something I like, I would try to make it as good as possible, even if it's not necessarily meta.
Mm-hmm.
And like, there's things that like I see people do, like the playing like 2 to 4 copies of the Emissary of Hope and Vaccine, which I always hated.
You also just hated playing level 5s when that deck was at its peak.
True.
A lot of decks still played Magna, Anja Ace.
Yeah, I eventually cut all my 5s because there was just no reason to play them. They just made some matchups worse, like the Mirage matchup. They just made it worse.
Yep. Here, have some rebate.
Yeah.
Thanks, I hate it.
Even more memory to kill me with. I don't know. I do like building decks to make them as consistent as possible, but I will say sometimes ratios do vary depending on the deck. Like my Angels archetype, or my Angels deck, it's like it's 10 rookies, 8 champions, and like 20 level 5s and level 6s. So yeah, I mean, it does depend on the deck and what you're doing. That's not very common.
I couldn't tell you the last time I evolved into a level 5.
That's true. You don't play level 5s in any of the decks you've been playing.
Bees the last time I evolved into a level 5.
Yeah, I mean...
I guess when I played Ben's Puppet deck last night. They voted into Chaparral.
Okay. The deck you played for funsies. Yeah, I don't think I have any.
Yeah. And now we're back to Damien.
Making things extremely unfair, but I mean, I feel like that should be everyone's goal when building a deck. Yes, so that is the question/comment that I read super early. And then Damien Car 168 again. Thank you for being a channel member, Damien. Koichi makes more sense because not all versions of Purple Hybrid run Duskmon, some run Lowy and Rihi instead. Koichi is the constant between the decks, so it makes more sense to use him as the poster boy for Purple Hybrid. Also, the gimmick of the deck is dying, and that's Koichi's thing, not Duskmon's. Question.
Pushing down another flight of stairs.
Yeah. 2 questions in one, but what does a deck need for you to decide this is going to be my main deck, and then what has to happen for you to drop a deck after deciding it's your main?
Alright, this is real easy for me.
Mm-hmm.
Can I play Gabumon in it?
I knew that was going to be the number one.
Alright, this is my main deck.
I'll let you know when I find one.
How do I decide to drop it? Is there a better Gabumon to play now? Alright, there we go.
I'll let you know when I find a main deck, whatever that is.
Mine...
I just like playing different decks.
I can tell you how Sean decides his. Sean decides his when Ben decides to high roll him with a new deck that just came out that he slept on. Magna. That was a weird cough.
Angels.
Not always. He's played most stuff that I've no intention of ever building.
Like Sean's main deck is how. What is the level of unfairness
of this deck?
So, number
Mr.
one.
Ruin Mode Turbo.
Yeah, number one is this deck good enough to be unfair enough to be competitive? And then also it needs to be something where I enjoy the play style and the play lines. Because there are some decks that are very good that I just have no interest in playing because I just don't enjoy the play style. Like Millith Loop, I've never been interested in playing that deck, even though like it's been pretty good sometimes. But those are the 2 main ones. And also, how does this match up into the meta decks? Because like Angels, once I saw that, I was like, oh, this is really good, and this is extremely unfair. I enjoy playing it because it's a yellow deck. I like playing yellow decks. How does this match up into the meta? Oh, it just beats everything that's meta. The only things that can even remove your field are not meta, that you might not even see.
Right. Nice.
Excellent.
Yep.
Oh.
All right.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Deuces.
Yeah.